Welcome back to another episode of Uncorking Our 20s. I'm Kayla.
And I'm Katie.
And today we are talking about dating in your 20s and what that looks like. Because it isn't easy, if I'm being honest.
I've been with my fiance since college, so I don't really have any wild dating stories like Kayla does. But that's what friendship's about, cheering your bestie on through the toughest adventures, especially Kayla's dating life.
Yeah, it's hard out here. Since you're more in a secure place than I am, why don't you start by sharing a little bit about you and Dalton's relationship?
Okay, so me and Dalton met in college. Around the time I was talking about my crazy ex, I met him I actually met him before. And then we got together after my last relationship ended. And then, yeah, we've been together since then.
What year was that?
That was 2019. Mm-hmm. During COVID. Oh, no, 2020.
Yeah.
During COVID's when we, actually started, when he asked me out, April of 2020. And COVID was wild. Being in a new relationship around COVID was interesting in itself because you have all this free time. And, yeah, we literally hung out every single day. And there was nothing else to do because everything was closed. So
yeah, they kicked us out of school. And we were always at Dawn's apartment just drinking a lot. Drinking a lot.
Well, we literally had nothing else to do. And I got a COVID check around then, too, which... R.I.P. to those. I miss those checks, honestly.
Yes.
And I literally spent it all not in the smartest way on food and alcohol.
It was a tough time for all of us.
It really was. And yeah. So we had rocky times in college and now we're all grown up and have a child together, living together. Living with a significant other is also challenging as well.
I've never done it, but I can imagine so.
You will one day, I swear.
I mean, it's like having a roommate and navigating what that's like.
Yeah, and a boy.
Yeah.
A boy roommate. Because he was the first person I ever really lived with, a male that I lived with as well, and that was interesting. So.
And you moved in with him in college.
Yeah, which I probably should not have done looking back. I'm like...
But it worked out.
I mean, it did work out, but I had my dog Milo, and I felt bad that Dalton had to watch him all the time.
Yeah.
So then I was like, okay, I asked him if I could, he asked me if I could move in, and then I ended up moving in with him, which I wish I would have stayed. I lived in Reeve, which is the sorority house that we were talking about in the last episode, and I lived there, and I kind of wish I would have lived a little bit longer, of course, because... you get to hang out with your friends and stuff every single day. But I really felt guilty that Milo... And I didn't know that you could have pets. Well, I did. I've seen pets there. But I didn't know how easy it was to get them to live there.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah. Can you tell people how you guys have maintained your relationship for so long? Because I feel like a lot of people in college are figuring themselves out, being away from school or being away from home in a new environment, and then being in a relationship on top of everything else. How did you guys maintain your relationship living together so soon and through the rest of college and now?
Honestly, it was really difficult. And I think a lot... Me too. I think a lot of it was more so on Dalton's part because I was immature getting out of that toxic relationship into a very healthy relationship, which is so different.
Yeah, I feel like that's scary itself, just because you're so used to a toxic guy, it's hard to adjust.
Yeah, it's
when this guy is treating you
lying?
nice. What's his red flag?
Yeah,
because
why is he
different.
being so nice to me?
Right.
Because Dalton used to come over to our apartment and do our dishes and take our trash out, and I'm like, what is this guy doing?
He won me over for you then.
Yeah, she liked him before I did. Yeah, actually, Kayla pushed us to really start dating, I feel like, because I was hesitant about him, and then she was like, no, blah blah, you need to, and I was like, okay, whatever.
You're welcome.
But I do think maturity, you're still learning yourself in college, and that's what we're gonna continue talking about as well, but you're still finding yourself and just becoming more mature and communicating things is a huge one, especially in college because you're going to parties, you're so busy, like sorority, fraternity life, because he was also in a fraternity doing things as well. Well, was he at that time? I don't know, but
he was busy at the fraternity house. Now, what he was doing, I don't know.
Was he still in? I don't remember. But I think it all comes down to, just being honest with yourself, being honest with them, communicating, being patient. Yeah,
that's hard for me.
Temptation's a big thing, I feel like, like no matter what, and so just making sure you're not not tempted. Yes, thank you. By like other things, especially when alcohol is involved as well, and loving each other, of course. So,
would you say you guys built a friendship first before your relationship, or do you think like it turned into like immediate relationship?
I think it was immediate relationship probably, and me and Dalton are very similar in ways, so I think the friendship part just kind of naturally grew within. My past relationship was more friendship first than relationship, but with Dalton, it just naturally grew from that. So, yeah.
I think that's a big thing in relationships, like, if it is in the beginning, like, you establish the friendship first and then you date, it depends on who it works for, but I think that's a big thing, especially in college too, having that friendship so you can trust them and build that other stuff that, like you said, you didn't have, then to get through college, I feel like that plays a role.
I think another thing that plays a role is their friends as well, if they get along with your friends, because I feel like that's what also helped our relationship grow, is because we all got to hang out at the same time, be in the same environment, everyone got to know each other, so that also played a big part too.
I agree. Our, like, Dalton's friends and us, like, we all meshed so well together. I feel like that's hard. Yeah. That's really hard, especially to date someone that you're not comfortable bringing around your friends or your girlfriends and stuff. And figuring that out. I mean, that works for people, but I feel like the college aspect of, like, let's go party together, let's pregame together, let's hang out and talk to each other, Yeah,
because I've heard you say this a couple times, like, you want someone that's gonna be friends with your friends, but that's hard to find when you're out of college, because not everyone hangs out all the time in certain environments anymore. For sure. Like, we can't just go to a house party and there would be like 20 people there and you meet them. Yeah. So
that's a great segue to my dating.
Because let's talk about that.
I love that for you. Obviously, I'm in a different place. My last relationship, we dated from March of 2022 to June of 2022. But him and I were on
3
and off.
months seems so, like, it does not seem like it was 3 months.
But there was so much lore before that. Yeah. And we started dating because we went on a spring break trip and we were drunk. And one of Dalton's friends was like, hey, you guys should just date already. And we looked at each other and said, okay, why are we dating? And then we did.
See, that just shows you, like, how easy college was. Like, people were even, like, cheering you on.
Yes.
Like, why don't you guys date?
I know.
Okay, I love
if
him.
you insist, yeah.
I mean, I guess if you guys are
if you're forcing us right. Yeah, times were so different then. But obviously, when you graduate, life just looks completely different. Nothing can prepare you for that transition. So I don't need to go too into detail, but my last relationship, we broke up in June. So I graduated May of 2022, went on a trip for my sorority. And he basically was emotionally cheating, sending nudes to some girl on Instagram, whatever on that.
Shaking my head.
Which was so crazy because Katie can attest. Like, we thought he was, like,
I thought this man
was
the one.
Yes.
Honestly,
yes.
This man, I won't go into detail, but he would he would talk highly of her. And when a guy does that, it's like, oh,
to your best friend?
That's a green flag.
Yes.
Like, it's like, that is what, yeah. I would be like, yes, 100% take her. Take her away now. Scoop her up.
You can have her. Take her from me. You can have her.
I guess.
I don't have any, like, bad blood toward him or anything. I have forgiven him, and, other things he did after that breakup and hooking up with my best friend at the time. It took me a long time to forgive him and just to move past that, but I'm a person, I don't really hold grudges. So for my sake, it made sense, just like, whatever, that's just in the past.
On. Yeah, that's fair.
Since then, I have genuinely, like, I've been on dates with people. I have not had a boyfriend. That's almost like 4 years coming up.
4
in
years
June is 4 years.
Long time.
That is a long time.
But, like,
am I okay?
Somebody tell
something
me
wrong with me.
But
no.
You've learned, you've grown. Like,
yes.
How has that looked? Like?
Yeah, nothing is wrong with you if you have been single for that long, because I joke about that all the time. But something I love about me, I've gone through these dating experiences that has led me to where I am. I know what I deserve. I know what I'm looking for. Can I be a little nitpicky at times? Yes. I can. I know where, like, I can better those areas, I guess. But for the most part, I think I'm valid a lot of the time.
For sure.
And I obviously go to my friends and my family for advice and stuff, just to make sure, like, is something actually, like, not okay with me if I don't want to pursue someone, or is this genuinely, like, a red flag? Don't even waste my time. So yeah, I have some stories. I don't go on dates too often. I'm a person, I'd like to meet someone naturally.
Right.
Through a friend, or if I'm somewhere, like, at a bar or in a public setting, not necessarily a bar, but I don't really go out.
You don't like the dating
many
apps?
Yes. I deleted Hinge, actually.
Yeah, I don't
No Hinge in 2026. It is embarrassing how many guys get on there and the things they say, or, like, no follow-up, no reaching out first.
Right, because I've heard you say that too. Like, you have had to reach out to these men.
Yes,
like,
all the time.
Why are they not reaching out to you?
Yes, I don't mind being the person to initiate things. I really don't. But when you're the person constantly doing that,
it's draining.
Yes,
tiring. Yeah,
I truly think I want out of someone. I mean, there's a few things I want out of a man. I got a list, but
she's got a book.
Right. I've been writing it since June of 2022. But I think, like, a man reaching out, like, that's how it used to be, is just putting in the effort first, paying for the girl's first date, like, initiating a plan. Yes. Is that too much for a girl to ask for? Come on.
What changed? That's what I want to know. Like, obviously I'm not single and haven't been dating a bunch of people, but I feel like just watching and observing, like,
everything I tell you.
Yeah,
you're living through me.
Other people that are single, like, I feel like these things don't happen anymore, and I'm just confused on why, where did it go?
Yeah, it's sad.
All the movie romance, is that not a real thing anymore?
No.
Do they not do that? Why? What's happening?
Sorry, needed a drink after that. Yeah, I'll just share a few, like, dating stories I have.
Yeah, please.
One thing that I will encourage people to do, and I did it once, I would do it again, is to go on a speed dating event.
Yeah,
and that
was cool to hear about.
There's a girl in Indy who runs this Instagram and, like, business where she does, like, singles events. There's other things she does too. But one of them was a speed dating event. So one of my friends and I went. It was at the Hangar, downtown Indy. You paid like $30 to get a ticket, for entry. It's a bar, so I got a drink, needed some liquid courage, and you fill out this profile of what you're looking for, things about you, stuff like that, so they can pair you with someone to speed date with. So, got there, got my drink, sat down. In this app that she had or made, or it's through the browser, something like that, it would pop up what table number you're sitting at.
Okay.
And then it would do that for the guy. So I'd sit down at table 3 and then someone else's would say table 3. We had 5 minutes to talk, which is not a long time. I mean, you gotta like pitch
5
yourself.
5 minutes is like, oh my gosh, what do you even say?
The one question I kept getting asked is, what are some of your hobbies? And I fear I don't have many. Like hanging out with my friends or getting out of my apartment, running errands, like.
I hate those questions.
I know, because I'm like, do I need one? But it's winter time, and there's only so much I can do. I like outdoorsy stuff, and I would say that, but it's just hard right now. So that was a question I got asked a lot, but I look the most in someone that Katie knows, I say all the time, is banter. Good, funny banter with someone.
Yeah, you gotta joke around with the person. If you can't, I'm sorry. That's gonna be boring.
Yeah, go find someone else who's boring because it's not gonna work for me.
If me and Dalton didn't understand each other's jokes, we would not have lasted.
Y'all would be doomed. Yeah. So I was kind of looking for that through the speed dating because you can figure that out kind of quickly. So after the 5 minutes, if you end up wanting to match with them, you press the check mark in the app. Or you press X. Yeah. Do you want to see them again or not? I ended up pressing a check on 2 people. I'm pretty sure I saw 15 to 20 people.
That's a lot of people in that short amount of time.
Yeah. And
it's almost like recruitment.
Yeah, literally. It
Honestly.
is. So at the end of the event, we had a break in between 2, so we could like mingle a little bit. So me and my friend would catch up of like, oh my gosh, how did this conversation go? Yeah. So after the event, they said you would get an email if you matched, if you pressed the check mark on someone and they pressed the check mark on you, you would get an email that you matched.
Okay.
Then from there you exchange phone number, social media, whatever, which I appreciate that. So I got my 2 matches. Both the guys I put a check on.
They put a check on you too?
Mm-hmm. So, one of them, he was nice. Not the cutest guy. I'm just being honest. I mean, like, I can be a little picky with looks, too.
Well, what is your type for the people?
Great question. I joke around and say it's a tall man with dark hair and a mustache. Cowboy, blue-collar vibes. But if you look at the people I've talked to and dated...
It seems personality based.
Yes.
But I feel like when you're trying to look now in your 20s, when you're out of college, you have to kind of be a little bit more picky on looks.
For sure.
Because you don't need them naturally. So.
Right. And I do think, like, I have the type, as I just said, but I am trying to be more open-minded. Like, I feel like a lot of the time people who end up dating someone is not their type.
No, not at
so
all.
I joke around. If I see someone who looks like that, I'm talking to him at the bar. Mm-hmm. And I got a story after this one about someone who looked like that.
Okay, so the not so cute. Well, the one you weren't that interested in.
The other guy and I vibed a little bit more, but this guy messaged me like 30 minutes after I got that email. Okay. I said, oh, hi.
And you like that. You like when people initiate.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So I did appreciate that. Now, I still was like, but the other guy and I vibed a little bit more. So I waited 2 days for him to message me.
That's too long. 2 days too long.
I know. It was. And the other guy and I were texting, and I mean, if I'm being honest, I just wasn't texting him back really. Texting someone to get to know them is hard. For sure. But that's my like bad too, because I can text. We text every day.
Yeah.
If I want to talk to someone, I will, but sometimes it's draining too. So I don't know. I just feel like I've met guys where I can have that same banter over text, and I'm more
like
into
a good
it.
texter.
But if you're like, hey, what's up? How's your day? How you doing?
Cool.
It's the same thing. That's boring. Y'all got to switch it up. So
take note.
After 2 days, I ended up messaging that other guy on email.
The email is crazy.
Good morning.
Dear so-and-so. Yeah. Sincerely, Kayla.
Literally. And I said, like, hey, here's my... I literally said, here's my number if you're still interested.
Did you have a, hi, this is me, like...
I don't think
Greetings.
so. Greetings. Dear gentle reader.
Oh my
gosh. He ended up texting me a few hours later. And then I, again, the other guy, I was like, well, whatever. It was good while it lasted.
Yeah.
And then him and I are texting, and he was like, so what are you looking for? It was a very forward question, which is fair. I appreciate the forwardness.
Was this like when you guys first started texting?
Yes.
Or like a little bit? Okay.
It was
like one of the first questions.
No. There was a few questions back and forth, but then he ended up saying that, and I explained myself what I'm looking for.
That is a very like direct question that I wish he would have asked you while you're doing the speed dating.
Right.
Why did he wait to ask you when you guys were already
literally, yeah,
checked each other, liked each other? Like that is just interesting to me.
Yeah, I'm obviously here to date someone. I can't say obviously because I don't know. You know, these intentions with some of these men out here are questionable. Mm-hmm. I wish I knew what he said. He said something like, "Oh my gosh." I made a joke. Okay, I shouldn't have done this. But I was like, so I didn't end up hearing from you. Like, what's up? And he was like, yeah, I didn't feel a spark
then why
during our conversation. So why did you ask what I'm looking for? And why did you text me if I gave you my number? Don't feel bad for me. You should have just ghosted me at that point.
But also, why did he check? Like, put that he liked you. That makes no sense.
If you can he said there was no chemistry. If you can build chemistry within 5 minutes, teach me your ways.
Right.
Because that's not how that works, in my opinion. I'll probably know, like, I knew in 5 minutes that he's attractive and that I wanted to get to know him a little bit more, but I didn't think we had this crazy chemistry.
Right.
So I was like, okay. And he never responded to me. I don't know what I said back, but he never responded. And then I saw one of her TikToks of her promoting one of the singles events. It's a video of him talking to someone in the same shirt he wore.
So what do you think it was that night?
No,
or do you think he came back?
It was a different
back for more.
Yes.
Oh my
I think
gosh.
he came back.
He's like there every night.
Literally.
I would probably playing it as a game. That's also what would be frustrating is you don't know the intentions behind these people.
Yeah.
Like
you really don't. Like, I'm glad I put myself out there. I would do it again. Mm-hmm. I think it's a great opportunity to meet someone. But lesson learned. If the man isn't going to text you after 2 days, just leave it be.
Yeah. I applaud you, though, for doing that. Because you got to really, like, put yourself out there to go to one of these events. Yeah. So
thank you.
I'm glad that you're welcome. I'm glad you did that, though.
Yeah, it was fun. I'd do it again. The next, let's go back to that man that I met at the bar.
Oh, the tall, dark, handsome mustache man.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I spotted him far away.
Target.
Literally, I said, I want that one. So there's a new country bar in Indy called Clayton's Country Bar. And I love a country vibe.
Me too. I miss Tennessee.
Yeah, so Nashville's such a good time. Oh my gosh. So I went with some friends one night after we went to this Christmas pop-up bar. So this was last month. And we go in the back and get a drink. And I see him back there. So I'm like, okay, ladies, let's hang out back here. And there's like a table back there we put our stuff on that we're just like standing near. And his friend was dancing behind me. And it seemed like his friend like kept coming around us. So, I don't know what he was doing, but I was like, I don't care about you. Yeah. I want your friend. So that guy ended up walking behind me and I turned around and I said, hey, who's your friend right there? Because he was just standing by himself, like drinking and looking around. They play live music and stuff too. And country music. Like it's so fun. It's such a vibe. So I said, who's your friend right there? And then he tells me his name. I don't even remember his name. And he's like, hey, come here.
How's like him? He said, come here.
Like to his friend.
Him over?
Yeah, like told his friend to come to me.
Okay.
So he comes this way. We shake hands.
Do you think that's awkward? Like, could he not win over to him? Or do you like that he was like...
I didn't really care.
Okay.
I was like, yeah, get your friend over here then. Mm-hmm. He ain't doing it himself. And I should have known. And I'll get there. Mm-hmm. So he comes over to me, we shake hands. Great banter.
I love that.
He was in a fraternity at Franklin College, like a school in Indiana. And the fraternity he was in, I'm a sweetheart of, so we were just chatting it up.
Just vibing.
Yes.
That's cool.
And then talking about work, and He was all next to me, putting his hand on my back. He asked if I wanted a drink.
Flirting. Okay.
That's flirting to me.
Me too.
Yeah. So he takes me, buys me a drink. I'm like, as you should. Okay, thank you. We go back, we're talking more. My friends are like giving me the look, checking in, you know, just seeing how it's going. And then, so yeah, we kept talking for a while. And at some point, he was like, what's a pretty girl like you talking to a guy like me?
Yeah.
And I was like flattered. And I was like, well,
God, he recognizes that.
You're lucky. And I was like, yeah, I think you're really cute. And I started talking about being single, or like how, I don't know. We got into some conversation of I've been single for a while. And he was like, why are you single? And I'm going on my tangent of like, I deserve this.
Mm-hmm. Because you do.
For sure. And I'm just picky out here. And then I was like, so why are you single?
Yeah.
He was like, well, actually, I have a girlfriend.
Oh, this blew my mind, truly. When I heard this the first time, I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Of course. He's flirting with you all night.
We talked for an hour before he told me that.
An hour on your back?
Yes.
I hope his girlfriend finds out.
Well, that's the thing. I should have figured out more information about him so I could find out who she is.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen those videos on TikTok of girls saying, like, if your man was here last night, like...
Yes, yeah. I should have, and I guess it's not too late, but, you know...
if your man was at the bar, like, months ago, he was flirting with me.
On this day, exactly. I got a photo, and he's in the background of it.
Oh.
It's just something I didn't, like, think about. I was, like, mad about other things. I was dealing with other things that night. Mm-hmm. So I just, after that, I was like,
well, that's
that
just
guy.
so frustrating.
So frustrating. So I said, I literally look at him because he's taller, so I'm like, grab my drink. Take a drink, and I'm just sitting there zoned out. And he said, I've been trying to break up with her, though.
What?
This man is 33, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he's at 33.
He's grown enough to be able to put his foot down and break up with his freaking girlfriend.
I said, it's actually, like, not that hard. And he said, well, have you done it before? Have you broken up with someone? How do you do it? And I said, you just
Not
do
him
it.
looking for advice after he just hit
He's,
on
like,
you
crying and, like, hugging me.
Please hold me.
Yeah, I thought that was wild for a 33-year-old man to say.
That is insane.
So
more so boy, it seems. Still not mature at 33.
No, for sure. So I was appalled, and I just like was pissed, as one would be. You just wasted an hour of my life. I wish I got that hour back.
Right.
I could have met someone else that night.
Right.
Maybe.
You could have been dancing with your friends, too.
I know. So he was like, I'm sorry, I should have told you.
Well, yeah.
He said, can I buy you a shot? Goes over to the bar, buys me a shot. I take it and walk away.
As you should.
I walk away with my friends. I said, let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here, girl.
I turn around. He's talking to a new girl.
That's insane.
So my friend Emma goes up to that girl and says, he has a girlfriend, by the way. And I was like, thank you, Emma, for that. That was just, I was baffled. So we ended up leaving.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I told some of my friends that, and they were like, you should literally say that on a podcast. And here I am.
And here you are to
because
this day.
The stories I got are crazy.
That is wild.
There's one other guy that sticks out that I went on a date with. I don't even know what I want to say. It's these 30-year-olds, man. He's 31 years old. He's very, like, into God and Jesus and is a very big Christian, and I am too. Mm-hmm. I believe in God and stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. I am not saying anything bad about that. I just feel like if you're getting to know someone, there's a time and place to mention things and, like, what feels right.
Mm-hmm.
He was actually...
like, dipping your toe in, not your whole fucking foot.
Yes, and that's what he did. He put 2 feet in and was, like, asking me some...
deep... Oh, sorry. We touched toes.
He was asking some pretty deep questions that I'm not mad about for a first date, but it was a lot, something I'm not really used to.
Right.
We established, like, he's looking for something very specific, and and I'm not that woman. So it was fine, but I just think he wanted to go to church for our first date. That's all I'm gonna say. And I think that is a lot for someone.
That's a lot of pressure.
Yes.
Like, church is any religion is very personal and intimate, in my opinion.
Yes.
Like,
I would go to church with someone if I've been dating them for a little, I don't know the time frame, probably a while.
You're at least comfortable.
Yes.
To, open up
and he literally said, we're probably not going to be able to talk, but we should do this for our date instead. If I'm going on a date with someone, I'm trying to talk and get to know you.
Yeah.
So I appreciate, how much he is into his religion and cares about his faith and stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. But I was just baffled by that.
Yeah.
And we ended up going to dinner. And one of the first questions he asked me was, if you could write your autobiography, what would it be about? Or it was a deep question. And I thought we were I asked him what he does for work. Yeah, so.
He's do you want to get married and have children tomorrow?
I mean, it seems like he was trying to figure that out. And
that's
that was just
fair.
A lot. Yeah.
But also.
A lot for me.
Get to know somebody first. Yeah. Build a foundation before you try to, really dig that deep and.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah. He ended up wanting to. I'll say this too. He ended up wanting to hop in his van at 9 p.m. It's a nice renovated van, not a creepy van, but wanted to hop in his van and go park at the park and eat our ice cream and cuddle in the back of his van.
Okay.
And he asked me that.
It's those,
that gives me the ick.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For sure.
While we were getting ice cream, we walked by his car and then he said, do you want to go to the park and we can sit and cuddle and just keep talking? And I said, no.
That is so odd. Okay.
For a Christian man.
I was about to say, not even, you're going to tell me you want to know if this girl goes to church and what her autobiography would be, but you want to go lay in the back of your car and cuddle. Everyone knows what that means.
Exactly. And the fact he asked me to cuddle gives me the ick. I get random icks by random things, and that's just...
Do you want to cuddle? That is interesting.
Don't ever ask me to cuddle.
Maybe he needs a lesson on what you should do when you're dating.
I hope he's listening to this. That wasn't okay.
Speaking of icks, what are your other icks? You think?
Oh,
what's your biggest ick, do you think?
Dude, I don't know. They're so random.
Yeah.
I mean, having a man tell me he woke up to my hair tickling his mustache gives me the ick.
That did happen. Oh my god.
And not by any of those men either. Oh my god.
A different one.
What do you think my icks are? What do I tell you that I'm like, oh, that gives me the ick?
Well, nicknames. I know you didn't like.
Yes.
I know nicknames was a big one.
Like babe and stuff. I don't know. But specific nicknames too. Not just that. I don't know. I've never really been called babe, but there's just some names I've been called and I'm like, oh. You got an example?
I do. I feel like it's when these men move too fast and say things to you. That's got to be what it is.
I think I think because I'm a slow-paced person now. Slow burn at this point in my life is something I've learned. When I'm dating, I want to take it slow. I don't want to rush things.
Right.
So when I do talk to guys who are just too much in the beginning, and I've been there. I used to be like that too.
Yeah. But you've been single for so long, and I feel like at this moment, if you were to just jump into something with someone, it just doesn't make any sense.
If you're blowing my phone up to hang out and ask me when I'm free to hang out multiple times during the day, ick.
Yeah. I mean, period.
I love you want to hang out with me, but if you're just if it seems like desperation, if that makes sense, I don't know.
Yeah, because there's definitely difference from being desperate and just wanting to see someone
and just being a lot. And I know I will meet my person and that will feel more natural where I'll want to hang out with someone who's probably blowing my phone up like that, who wants to see me. That's not what I'm saying, but I do agree, people who move quick and
it's
just
scary.
say things. Just
it's like, are you just saying
where
that
you
to
talk to me
say
like a child, or just say child if you're immature, childish, immature. I think I'm a pretty mature person. I like the fun banter stuff, you know, but yeah.
Scary.
I know you're in a relationship, but do you have an ick or like had any that you can recall? Like before
my
this?
biggest thing is I'm a very like, I want to be doing stuff. I want to be involved in other people's lives. I want to be out, like, outside doing stuff. Just
She want to be outside. Catch her outside.
Catch me outside. I just want to be doing stuff. I can't sit down. I've always been like that. And so my biggest ick was laying. Oh my gosh, when you're first in a relationship, me and Dalton did this, just laying there for hours.
Yeah.
And just,
Are you cuddling on the couch?
Yes.
Do you like that?
I do. I do for a little bit, but not like all day.
Yes.
Like hours upon hours. Like, I got stuff to do.
Yeah,
I gotta go. I kind of feel like that girl off of Sex and the City.
Yeah.
What's her name? The lawyer.
Oh, Miranda.
Miranda. Yes. I kind of feel like Miranda. There was a time where she just, or actually she was like that all the time. She's like, I have work to do. I have to go dry cleaning. I got to meet my friends. Like, I can't just sit here and lay with you all day.
Yeah.
And miss half the day. So that was me and Dalton's biggest struggle at the beginning. That I was like,
That's
dude,
fair.
we got to do something. Because you're in the honeymoon stage. It's going to happen no matter what. Like, you're going to find yourself just wanting to be with them 24/7. Nothing's wrong with that. It's just, I personally cannot do that. So
don't blame you. I feel like that's like, when I was in college, I feel like I could be like that. And maybe it's because I was so involved in Alpha Phi that in my free time, the guy I dated, basically on and off in college, I would go to his house. I'd want to sleep in with him.
Right.
And I wanted that. Where he was like, no, like, I need to go to the gym. And I wasn't a gym rat. I'm not a gym rat. So I think at that point in my life, I was like that. And his mentality is kind of what you're saying.
Right.
That has flipped for me.
Okay.
You know, I text you, and if I'm laying around too long, I'm like, I get mad at myself about it, which it is okay to relax and stuff. But I also agree. I'd rather be out doing something together with my boyfriend instead of, laying around for a while.
Right.
I think that's fair.
Or just doing stuff around the house. Because now that I've had a baby too, like, I don't get to I could just go out and do stuff, but it's just hard bringing a baby with you. So I've kind of had to relax in that sense, but I still, like, I got to be cleaning my house or something. Yeah. I can watch TV for a good few hours.
Oh, yeah. This couch, I'd be laying around all day watching TV and stuff, binge watching shows. And that's okay too. But yeah, that's fair. What, we should probably wrap this up.
We should.
Do you have, let's say, advice for someone? We both could maybe give some advice, even though you've been in a relationship for a long time. Advice for someone in their 20s trying to date, based off of things I've shared with you. You have other single friends too. Anything that comes to mind? And I'll have to think too. I could go on and on about this.
I think the biggest thing is just not to settle for something that you need to really think about. Like, this person is who you're going to be with for the rest of your life. It will potentially.
Could be the father of your children too.
Yes. Dating is what you're trying to find that. You're trying to find the person for the rest of your life. So really don't settle for these little things, because they're eventually going to come up later on in your relationship, I think.
Yeah.
So
I love that.
If it's something you can't live with, move on.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
No, that's true, and it's hard, but I cannot stress enough. I make comments that, I am ready for my person and ready to be in a relationship, and I am. But I won't ever get this time back, and that's my biggest thing, is invest in yourself before, you should date someone who adds to your life, not consumes your life. So invest in yourself while you're single.
Yeah. Do
the things you want to do. Whatever you can do to benefit yourself, do that now. The person you will meet will just add to that, and you can fit them in your life how you feel is best.
Yeah.
Be picky. Take as long as you need. I've been told I'm too picky or my standards are too high, I think that's bullshit. I don't care.
I agree.
I really don't care if they are. Because if I'm trying to date to marry and have children and stuff, I want to make sure the person I'm going to be with is going to continue to be that same person. I don't want that to end when I get married. I don't want that to end when I have kids. I don't want that to end, you know, if something bad happens in our lives, you know. So invest in yourself and just remember that it's temporary and God has a plan. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think this was a good episode.
I agree.
If this podcast episode resonated with you or didn't, but you still had a great time listening to us, follow along, add us on YouTube, Spotify,
please.
Share some love.
Please.
In the comments, repost our stuff, follow us on TikTok, our personal pages, all the things. We got way more stories to share.
We do.